longer been Talon on WBGZ. Brought to you by the Halpin Music Company.
All right. Thank you, Miss Lydia Copeland, for that introduction. And the reminder that it's brought to you by Halpin Music and by somebody who would actually insure Pigpen. And that's Matt Van Voorhis of Macias Insurance. You had to have him. He's about the only guy that could find you insurance.
Well, he did some searching, I think. They were like, wow, how do you insure this guy?
I can't think of a better guy to do it. And, Halpin's still got that crazy deal of the month going on for that Ludwig Evolution drum set.
Nice.
And right now, this week, through the 25th, if you buy a guitar there, you get a strap with it. And it's a Halpin music strap.
Nice.
That's good marketing.
There you go. That is good marketing.
You know, I like to put cottonmouth.org on lighters and hand them out because everybody needs a lighter for whatever.
Right?
Right?
So, there you go.
Hey, man, excited to have one of our favorite all-time guests.
We brought in the Big George Brock Jr.
Good evening.
Yeah.
You know he's always got a harmonica on.
Right. So we don't have to tell you what Big George Brock does. You just heard it.
He plays the blues. Well, it sings like Freddie.
Okay, thank you for that. It's good to be here with you, folks. Good to be here.
And brought along a friend as well, Jim Davis, right?
That's right.
Newcomer to the show, Jim Davis. How you doing, Jim?
Great. Thanks for having us here.
And Jim is promoting your upcoming show, which is to benefit the BackStoppers, which we're going to talk a whole lot about that this hour. In the next hour, we're going to find out all the information about that. But if we don't read a few gigs first, we're going to be 5 minutes till the hour going, oh man, Georgia still got stories rolling. If you like the blues, you're going to hear a lot of blues history in the next hour, along with the information on the upcoming BackStoppers gig. What's the date on the gig again?
June 1st, Saturday.
June 1st. Okay, tell us real quick the where and when's on it.
It's going to be at Bluff City Grill upstairs.
Ooh, beautiful. Best room in town right now.
It really is.
Till the Grand across the street reopens, probably going to be the best room in town.
Yes.
So,
beautiful room.
We got a good sound guy coming in. We're going to have good lighting.
Mr. Don Lanier coming in running sound. There you go, top-notch sound.
Mm-hmm.
So we're real excited about it. Obviously, we're excited about raising money for BackStoppers. Obviously, with the recent death of Captain Ringering, what his family had to go through, and think back of Blake Snyder.
Yeah.
So we're real excited about that. But really, honestly, we're really excited about listening to these guys.
Yeah.
Big George and the NGK.
With a lot of folks there dancing and having a great time.
And Number 4 Combo will be opening the show up. So, man, there's 2 fabulous bands going on.
Yes. I really enjoyed those guys. I've heard them a couple of times down at Chez, Maryland's, and they do a fantastic job.
Do it. I just ran sound for them at Trinity River Fest, and I was so happy to be there listening and being able to tune it in the way I liked it. To my liking. So, and I BackStoppers, most of my family were firemen, so I'm a big supporter of those guys.
And likewise, on my mom's side of the family, we had a lot of policemen.
Yeah.
And our family is retired now. They were, and so it's a big thing for me too.
My mom's side and my dad's side, all the firemen all through. It's amazing I didn't become a fireman.
Yeah, you're right.
So my son is a police officer.
Okay.
So the families, the regular families don't worry when their spouses go to work that they're going to encounter danger. But first responder families always worry
absolutely
about that. And unfortunately, when something tragic happens, the worst happens, and BackStopper steps in and does an amazing job of supporting those people.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so we're looking forward to helping them out on June 1st, right? Now, Jim is just a music fan from around town, and that's how he kind of got involved with this. And Jim is just finding out about the list, Big Ben.
Uh-oh.
I can't wait to hear about it.
Oh, man.
So, and we were just having
ready.
a casual conversation how, there's stuff going on all over the place every weekend. but no one's taken the time to organize it and put it in one spot. So a music fan can just go down the list now at cottonmouth.org and see where he wants to go for that evening. Maybe 3 or 4 places. So you set up your route, right?
And you don't need like a list. You got your phone,
right? And so you just click on the link, and it tells you how to get there and what they're going to be serving and who's going to be playing. So that's all you need, right? So, I'm wondering if Morrison's is going to have it together for the sea shanty tonight. Looks like the water's back.
The water's backing up, so let's send people down there.
Yeah, we'll try.
Great night to go do some Irish sea shanties down at Morrison's.
Yeah.
Now, if you get down there and it's flooded, blame Dennis.
Right.
For me saying that.
That's fine. Because they're going to blame Pigpen. They already know that. So they suspended the open mic down at Germania Brew Haus until June 13th.
Okay.
They're just doing some revamping down there, but they're doing the open mic down at the Raging Cajun.
Excellent.
And that's put on by Jamie Dunn and Davin McClendon, 8 p.m. down at the Piano Bar. Rob Schwartz at Baker's and Hale tonight at 6 p.m. They're doing Thursday night stuff.
Excellent.
DJ Denice, Dwayne Williams down there at Bossa Nova at 9 p.m. tonight.
I know that.
Oh yeah. You danced to some DJ Denice before.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, good friend.
All right. Michael 20, 9 p.m. down at Imperial Pub in Granite City. We got Rogers and Neenhouse playing down the Party at the Beach, Randall D. Dalton Veterans Park in Pontoon Beach from 6:30 to 9:30 tonight. So they're firing up the Party at the Beach this weekend.
Yeah.
Chromophonic, 9 p.m. at the Stagger Inn in Edwardsville tonight.
Nice.
They got a dance recital going down at Jacoby's at 6:30, and then Nick Sturgis 6 to 9 tonight at George's Local Brew in Jerseyville. And
did you skip one up there? At
I might
the very
have.
top.
I was
the Bad
blind.
Wolves and Black
You got
Creek
it.
Hollow at the Ready Room tonight in St. Louis. So Black Creek Hollow is going to be on the show with us here in a few weeks.
Yeah, and that's my nephew.
That is
Mr. Joe Wilson. That's right, on drums there for Black Creek Hollow. And that's a big deal. Bad Wolves, a touring band.
Yeah.
And that's setting up Point Fest. It's like a preview to that.
Yeah.
So congratulations to those guys.
I finally got to hear Black Creek Hollow at Trinity River Fest. They sounded great. They did a great job.
And, this is the Memorial Day weekend, and I'd like to thank Mr. George Brock Jr. for his service, U.S. Army veteran, right?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
4 years,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Did
Yes,
your
sir.
time. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right, and then so let's go
And I want to thank you, Dennis, for your time in the Navy.
Oh, yeah,
there
that's
you go.
Thank you.
All right.
And all the rest of the veterans.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
So you want to go ahead and get into Friday there, Mr. Pigpen?
Absolutely, let's do it. We got Distant Eyes, Biff, Knarly, and the Reptilians, the Mindframes, and Overnighter all playing at the Sinkhole. I almost said the Stinkhole.
I know.
The Sinkhole. It looked like it. My eyes are a little blurry here. I gotta get glasses.
You know those clubs always have an alternative name.
They do.
Band members all know.
That they all know. Well, that's the thing is a lot of band members call it that. And I was like, you just want to say it.
Right.
Anyway, what a great lineup there. Distant Eyes, Biff, Knarly, and the Reptilians, Mindframes, and Overnighter. 4 Alton bands heading over to St. Louis there.
So get out and support that.
Every Friday night at the Bigelos Bistro in Edwardsville, Mr. Matt Taul plays.
Oh, yeah.
Mila Duffey down at Morrison's Irish Pub.
If they're open.
If they're open this Friday. HOOKiE's going to be at Baker's and Hale on Friday evening. Bone Daddy. There's a new one. I don't know Bone Daddy, but I like the name.
Right.
8 p.m. at Chez Marilyn's on Friday night. Doc Holliday Band will be at the Alton VFW.
Right.
FarGone Brothers at the Franchise in Wood River. Blackwater Revival, 9:30 at the Pump House in Wood River. I guess that's going to be on the inside stage at 9:30. Don't see anything on the patio that night.
Nope, they do that on Saturday and
go.
Sunday.
Dustin Coleman every Friday night at the High Flyers Grill up in Bethalto.
As far as we know.
As far as we know.
That could be fake news. We don't know.
Fake news. Yeah, that's up there at the airport, the High Flyers Grill.
Right.
Austin Ernst. going to be from 7 to 10 at George's Local Brew. And George's is really stepping up the game. They've been bringing a lot of music lately.
A lot of acoustic. They're a very small stage, and they got this like Wheel of Fortune thing going too, where you spin this wheel. I'm not exactly sure what's going on there, but adds a little interest to the thing.
To it. Hey, I just like to see any place stepping up and bringing live music couple nights a week. So, flip side is going to be at the Imperial Pub on Friday night,
which is quickly becoming one of my favorite venues just by the diversity that
huge diversity down there. They have every kind. I mean, you'll see a heavy metal show followed by a rhythm and blues show.
Yeah.
I mean, you just never know what they're going to bring down there. So good for them.
Mm-hmm.
We got Jim on Keys, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. at Aries Winery Resort up in Grafton.
Mm-hmm.
DJ Tommy's going to be at the Third Shoot Bar and Grill in Grafton.
Hopefully.
Number 4 canceled. Loading docks.
Yep, that one's canceled. It looks like that side of the river, they're still at the loading docks shut down, hog pit shut down. Now, Big George, you was up there last weekend. How was it?
Yes, I was at the winery, at the vineyards.
Right.
So for Grafton Winery and Brew House. So we were up there off of Otterville Road.
Right.
You were high and dry.
Yeah, high grounds. Yeah, we opened for Billy Peak Sunday.
Nice.
Sunday.
Yeah, it was a blues festival.
Yeah, their blues festival up
right,
there.
Pretty good turnout up there.
Nice turnout.
Even with the water up, so it didn't scare people off. That's good.
Yes.
So yeah, that's.
It was really nice.
And that was your
Grafton Winery.
That was your third gig of that weekend, right? You had the hat trick last week.
Yeah, I had the hat trick. Yeah, we'll discuss that one in a minute. I was at I was at the National Blues Museum Friday evening with we were backing band for Mr. Mark Massey. They call him the Mule Man out of Senatopia, Mississippi. And then we played for him at BB's the next night, Saturday night, and needless to say, that was really nice. We had a standing ovation when we walked off the stage.
Beautiful.
So that we were told that that's something that was never seen before.
Oh wow!
By some of the other musicians that were in the audience that attended. So
that's always good.
Yeah,
hear from your peers that way. Yeah,
you gotta love that.
So yeah, back to Grafton. The Riverside not so good. The high side, we're still doing Grafton Winery. They're still doing Aries up there.
Third shoot,
yeah. So it sounds like the water's going to get back up there though this weekend. So just keep that in your mind, right? All right. So
back to it. Hicktown at 9 p.m. at the Back Bar in Edwardsville on Friday night. What do we got? Sam Avery
and NGK 10 p.m. at the Stagger Inn again.
Who is this NGK you speak of?
That'd be me.
I love it, man.
Now that's one of your stomps right there.
That's one of my regular stomps right there. The Stagger Inn, we love them. They love us. The management Bree came to me and she told me about 2 years ago, she said, "Hey, whatever you guys doing, don't fix it. Just leave it like it is." She said, "They love you up here. The kids love you." So, it's like, okay. So, and we've been doing our thing ever since. And we there every month, once a month.
Nice.
That's nice, yeah.
Love to have those regular gigs.
That's Friday night up there. Catch Big George, yeah.
There you go.
A little preview of that June 1st big gig at the Bluff City Grill, right?
Right on. And right down the road at Big Daddy's on Friday night, we got Lanny and Julie.
We got to get Big George and Big Daddy's. That's just a big night.
That's a huge night.
Yeah, that sounds good. We can work that out. Actually, for those that are interested, Big George will be at Stagger Inn tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So, but we start around 10.
Right.
But I would definitely love to go to Big Daddy. Yeah, I think I can show him a few things. A few things.
Man.
You know who Salmon Creek is? That sounds like a band you'd like. I don't know why.
I don't know him, but I do like some salmon.
Right?
And I love. So Salmon Creek at 8 p.m. At the cabin at Judy's Creek in Glen Carbon, Illinois on Friday night. Skylark Brothers, love those guys down at Crehan's in Belleville. Q on the patio.
Yeah, that's barbecue is what that means.
Q on the patio. Tom Bertolino.
7 to 9 at Edison's Entertainment Complex.
All right.
Do some laser tag, some bowling, get some barbecue, and check out Tom.
All that stuff. There you go. Hog Wild Professional Wrestling's going down.
Bring up our wrestler friends.
That is 7 to 10:30 p.m. at the Alton Knights of Columbus on Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
And oh yeah. And then we've got an evening with the dead, Troy Taylor at the Mineral Springs Mall. I guess that's a ghosty story.
So you thought it was a Grateful Dead
for just a second. When I was reading it, I'm like, ooh, an evening with the dead. Cool. Yeah. And then I saw Mineral Springs Mall, and I'm like, oh, yeah.
And you know, Troy, he's going to tell some great stories.
Yeah.
So let's blaze through Saturday real quick. Lauren Waters doing it at noon. The FarGone Brothers at 5 p.m. at the Brown Bag Bistro in Alton. And
nice.
Score Fest 2019 Score Records, 1 year old now. The record store right across the street here from the radio station. They're going to have a big show down at Jacoby's, and Dead Planet, one of the oldest punk rock bands in the area, are going to be part of that one. And they'll be there with Hope Stay Hidden, right?
Okay.
And Splash at Jacoby's Art Center. I don't know why I got that I in there, but
I don't know. But you know what? If you haven't been down to Score yet and you like vinyl, there's an amazing selection of vinyl. Gonna find some good stuff no matter what you like down there. Right
up at the Yellow Dog in Warden on Saturday, Masterminds at 6 p.m. Tripwire out of Doc Holliday's and Cottage Hills. Mila Duffey doing the Old Bakery Brewery Saturday night. Not sure what's happening at Morrison's. They hadn't updated their site because they've been battling water down there.
Yeah.
But the Pie Saw Project going to be at Chez, Maryland at 8 p.m. Checked out the Pie Saw Project, George?
No, I haven't.
That's Dave Forker.
I've heard about him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I thought that might be in that circle, but let's see here. What else?
3 Piece Jones
at
5 p.m. and Hicktown at 9:30 p.m. at the Pump House. I like the name 3 Piece Jones.
That's the patio show you talked about.
Yeah, 5 p.m. and then Hicktown's inside on the other stage at 9:30 p.m. at the Pump House on Saturday.
Right on. Trial and Error at 9 p.m. at Imperial Pub in Granite City, and the Beer Cats down at Eddie's Bar in Granite. Tom Bernardino, 6 to 9 at Edison's Complex in Edwardsville on Saturday as well as Friday. The Wise Brothers, 10 p.m. at the Staggering again on Saturday. Jeremiah Johnson Band with guest Amanda Fish, 8 p.m. at the Wild E Theater in Edwardsville on Saturday.
Amanda Fish's sister, Samantha Fish, is amazing. I have not seen Amanda Fish, but her sister is a serious player, man. Mm-hmm. And a good looker. So
I can't comment on that.
I found her because I was looking up guys that play the oil can guitars, and she plays one of those, and I was like, that girl can play. But anyway,
she's amazing.
Oh yeah, she's good. So anyway, that was her sister, Amanda Fish. So Mondin Band's going to be at La Rosa's, huh?
Maybe. Well, it's another. Well, Portage de Sioux.
Yeah. Okay, I hadn't made it that far into it yet. Yeah. Portage de Sioux.
They're hoping to open up La Rosa's over there this weekend. Yeah, that's going to be iffy too.
Well, if they do, the Mondin Band's a perfect band to have play to fill that place up.
So we definitely know the loading dock canceled on Saturday. Let's see. Jonathan Baker, though, going to be at Aries Winery 3 to 7. Big Wheel at Grafton Winery, and Jake Weber at Grafton Pub.
There you go. We got Just Wiggling.
Just Winging It.
Oh, Just Winging It. I thought I said Just Wiggling. Just Winging It at George's again. George's local brew.
Right, yeah.
Got the Mad Baileys at Wild Pickens, which is a beautiful little area out there in Chesterfield, Illinois. Hard Drive at Chaps in Litchfield. There's a new venue. Don't know that one. Roaming Home. That's our friends, buddy Kurt Copeland, and we're up at Proof in Jerseyville, Illinois. The Graham Band.
Yeah, that one's probably...
Oh, that's at the Hog Pit. So, all right, wrong side of the river there.
Same way with Third Shoot.
Well,
I'm not
Third
sure
Shoot's on the other side of the street, so they ought to be okay. We got Exit 52 at Third Shoot in Grafton on Saturday.
We're still on Saturday. Isn't this something? If you don't have nothing to do this weekend, you're not paying attention.
You have not even tried. And this is just this side of the river we're talking about pretty much.
Yeah, there was a few St. Louis gigs in there, but we used to go from Belleville to Grafton and barely touch Belleville. So, I mean, that's mainly in between there.
We got Lead Sled on Saturday night, 7 p.m. at the Grafton Oyster Bar, if that one's going. Blackwater Acoustic at the Cabin at Judy's Creek. Skylark Brothers at 1 p.m. at the Recess Brewery in Edwardsville.
Mm-hmm.
And at 7 p.m. at the Lake House in Buffalo Park. They got the double header.
Yep,
there you go. Head right down 159. You can follow them from one to the other. That takes us through Saturday.
Yeah, so we'll take a break now, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk blues.
There you go.
We'll talk some blues.
We got the business taken care of.
Yeah, we'll mention again that thank you to Halpin Music Company.
Absolutely.
And to Mr. Matt Van Voorhis of Macias Insurance, who keep us on the air every week. And, I was talking to Mr. Davis about this earlier. It's so important to the local music scene to have a place that does this, right, guys? I mean, yeah.
Well, you just heard all those gigs we listed.
Uh-huh.
They weren't getting listed anywhere else that I know of.
Right.
So that service alone seems like it's worth putting on the air. So thanks to the sponsors who do that.
Right, yeah. So, we'll be back and we'll talk some blues and we'll talk a BackStopper event coming up, Bluff City Grill on June 1st. Back with more Riverbend talent after this.
And now more Riverbend talent.
With Dennis Laird and Pig Pen.
Back with more Riverbend talent brought to you by Mr. Matt Van Voorhis of Macias Insurance and by Halpin Music. We're joined by Mr. George Brock Jr., 1982 graduate of Marquette High School.
Correct.
Right? And Mr. Jim Davis, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping in, guys.
Thanks for having us.
So Jim Davis is here for the first time. We all know Big George. Anybody who goes around town and listens to music, if you haven't heard NGK yet, what are you doing, man?
Right?
Come on, man.
It's funny you said that because when they were booking for the gig up at the winery for the Blues Fest, and somebody noticed on there that was like, hey man, how do you have a Blues Fest right here at home and you don't even have a true bluesman, and there's one right in Alton? Next thing I know, we were called and then we were on the Blues Fest, so thanks a lot.
And Jim's new to the show. He's a newcomer.
Yes.
Jim is a music lover and goes out to see local bands, but now you're putting together a benefit for the BackStoppers. Is this your first benefit you've put together?
Yeah, it is.
Man, it's not easy, is it?
No, but it's exciting.
Yeah.
We're real excited. There's a lot of buzz. We've got the people that are going to come dressed up in their 70s attire. And we got, one of the, we've been teasing, number 4 Combo's got a organist, and he's great guy, but he's bald. But we're teasing him about wearing an afro. I think we got him guilted into
Nice. So it's that 70s party show. So it's a 70s theme night.
Right.
And you've got number 4 Combo coming to open the show, and then Big George and the NGK band finishing out the night. You got Don Lanier on sound. You got the Bluff City Grill Room. Sounds like you got a lot of things in your face. And you got the Greatest Cause here. You got the BackStoppers. So you got a lot going for you here.
You didn't mention the disco ball.
Oh,
I forgot about the big disco ball.
That's so important, man. Come on.
Well, for a 70s theme, that's
right.
There's going to be some serious dancing going on.
I bet there is going to be some serious dancing going on.
Oh, yeah.
So what gave you the idea to throw the promotions here?
Well, when we lost Captain Ring-a-Ring, we saw how the community stepped up and how we supported, that family, and we wanted to be a part of that. And frankly, the other side of it is we're so excited about the live music scene here. We support it, and we've always thought it would be great to see these really incredible bands at a bigger venue with a lot of people out really partying, having a great time, and that's just the other side of it. So we can't wait. We love these guys, and number 4 Combo just kicks butt.
Oh yeah.
Not sure I can say the other word here on air.
Well, that's fine. we all know what's happening.
So, we wanted to do it right, so we're gonna have good lighting, good sound.
Yeah.
Gonna have a few snacks, so.
Yeah. Excellent, man. So it sounds like a great night, and you like I say, you picked the right lineup, the right guys behind the scene, in front of the scene, and you got a great cause. So a lot going to make that a good show. I love the way you said you want to see the local guys on the bigger stages, and because I feel the same way. It's like, especially with the amphitheater sitting down here, that should constantly be having a national act with local guys opening. That should happen every time a national act comes through here. Why that's happening? I'm going to run for mayor on that platform alone, and I think I'll win.
You just threw your hat in the ring.
I didn't throw my hat in the ring. I'm just saying you could win just
fake
on
news,
that platform alone.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
There are enough musicians.
You can get elected on fake news.
Most politicians do, don't they? So I haven't met a politician who got elected on real news yet. Not in my whole life. So I'm going with that anyway. Yeah. I digress from my political platform.
But you bring up a good point.
We have a beautiful venue, and
we don't utilize it like we could.
Utilize it. No, it's a shame.
And one thing about having local guys down there, we don't have to bring in the buses and the green rooms and all that. We all live right here in town. We just need to haul some equipment down there, and we got a show going. That's all it's going to take.
We've discussed it before, how one of the issues down there is that it's not really set up to properly take tickets. You have to put fences up. It's not set up with proper bathrooms. It's not set up with a proper green room or backstage area. However, there was this really, really nice guy and his wife who just put like $75 million towards this town. Surely a little bit of that could fix those problems, And then we would have a beautiful venue with national acts coming. You could constantly bring in.
Maybe it's going to be the Grand Theater,
Well, I guarantee if they don't fix that down there, the Grand's going to be kicking their butt down there. So,
that's for sure.
I just hate to see it unutilized. It's a beautiful thing down there. So anyway, but we're here right now talking about June 1st. I don't know how I got off on that tangent. I'm very sorry.
It's ironic, that area right there in front of Bluff City Grill, now part of Mississippi Earth Tones Festival. Yeah. Big George Brock Jr. going to be playing that September 21st.
Nice.
So that's going to be nice, and they got him a little shade this year.
Yes, got a little tent this time.
All right.
They didn't want me to melt on stage.
Right.
Look like a big old melted M&M. But anyway,
hey, M&M's melt in your mouth, not in your hands. Everybody knows that, man. Come on.
Well, since they started doing that down there, they opened up Bluff City Grill, and now they're utilizing the upstairs there, which is great, especially when the weather gets bad, to have a good, nice size indoor venue there on Broadway. So
absolutely.
Hey, if they don't want to play down there on the riverfront, we'll play somewhere else. That's how we do it in this town, right?
Pretty much. But I'm really looking forward to this for the BackStoppers. I am really looking forward to this, and I hope that and everybody listening would tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to come out and support this. This is a worthy cause.
Absolutely.
This ain't just something somebody just threw together overnight. This is something that's been thought about and well planned. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
And I'm sure there's a Facebook event page up for it. What would people search on Facebook to
It's
find
called
it?
That 70s Party.
That 70s Party. Yeah. So it's that simple. Just type in That 70s Party. And, if you can't make it, man, still kind of push like on that thing. Help promote it, because then it gets it to your circle of friends, and maybe one of them's going to go after you've liked it. So even if you can't go, get in there and push that like button, I
seen a post on one of the groups this week about, I'm getting older now. I can't get out to see the live shows. I wish I could get out to see the live shows. And people were suggesting, there's some during the daytime that you can go see. You don't have to be out late and that kind of thing. And, I let them know about the videos that we got online, the videos of the live performances. You can go check that out. But what you're saying is you can still support local music without actually going to the venue by simply just clicking like or share or any of that, because then another whole audience opens up to that, event.
And one of them might go, or one of them might tell a friend.
Right.
Exactly.
That's how it goes.
That's how it goes. Word of mouth is best advertisement.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You believe it when somebody tells you, hey, this is really good. Whenever the TV or, you read it in the paper, you're like, somebody paid to tell me it was really good. That doesn't mean as much as when a friend tells you, hey, the NGK band got it going on.
Well, yeah. He ain't lying.
And you guys been doing it for a while now, huh?
Yeah, it's about 3 years now. This band's been together. Mr. Nephew Davis inducted into the National Blues Hall of Fame. Our bass man, we have Mr. Keith Robinson, who's going to be with us that night. Last 15 years of Chuck Berry's reign before he passed, his drummer. John Wilson, guitarist with Soulard Blues Band, who's with us. He's been with us now for about a year now, and then yours truly. So what can I say?
Big Joe brought you.
Yes, the son of the legend.
Almost the king of the blues.
Almost, yeah. I'm the prince.
The prince of the blues.
Right. We took a picture, and it was Dad, and we were at Chesterfield Blues. They had that blues thing out there at Chesterfield. And at the amphitheater out there.
Yeah,
and,
they do it right over there.
Yeah. And they took a picture of me and Dad, and they said the king and the prince.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Well, the last time we had you on, it's been a while back, but you had recently before that battled him and tried to take him, dethrone him. Yeah. Well, if you really want the real story about it, or you want the syndicated version, the fake news version, he won.
Okay,
of course, yeah.
Well, you felt sorry.
But the real news version of it, NGK band kicked it. We won the belt, but unfortunately, because I got disqualified for singing a R&B tune or two, so. I did My Girl for the fans, for the beautiful ladies in the audience, and I got disqualified by their judges, and
your family has a long history of singing songs that agitate famous bluesmen. I think Howlin' Wolf was a bit agitated one time about a song I believe your father sang.
That was the reason that his father sang the song.
And that was what. Yeah, exactly. He's referring to when my dad was being trained by Howlin' Wolf. He was roadie, and he was there with him. And Howlin' Wolf's old lady asked to hear a song. Wanted to hear my dad do a song, so he got up and did the song and stuff, blowed his little harmonica and stuff, and at the end of the night, Howlin' Wolf, when they got ready to get paid, and Howlin' Wolf paid him and said, well, I won't be needing your services anymore. And my dad was like, well, what happened? What, did I mess up the song? What did I do wrong? And he said, anytime my old lady asks to hear another man play, it's time for him to go. So needless to say, that was his last bit with Howlin' Wolf. And Muddy Waters happened to know my grandmother and my great grandmother, and they used to have fish fries on Friday nights. And
little moonshine,
little moonshine, the whole 9 yards. So that's where he met Muddy. Well, Muddy was always around, but he met Muddy there. BB, they all grew up together around Clarksdale area, Matson, Mississippi. And Dad got together with Muddy. Muddy trained him. And so when they migrated to the north, Dad stayed in St. Louis. And Muddy then went on to Chicago. And, where the rest is history, of course, they got famous and stuff. Dad stayed on here, and Muddy tried to get him a recording session with Chez. From the way I understand it, what Dad said, Chez Records are Leonard Chez, and I said that Leonard told him he would buy him a bus and let him travel the country to promote the record, but no royalties. And my dad was like, at that time, he was like, I can buy my own bus
Right.
You know, he making his own money, you know, because he had entrepreneur back then because he owned 4 nightclubs.
Right.
So he was like, well, I can buy my own bus and, you know, and travel. I just need my money, what I got coming to me for them records.
Right.
And needless to say, nothing else happened. So the end of conversations with Chez Records.
Man, a lot of great music on Chez, though. I've got the Bo Diddley box set on there, the Muddy Waters box set. So Howlin' Wolf. Oh man,
yeah, I mean, you know, it's so much history, man. I mean, you know, and then there's people, you know, like right now, I'm kind of glad to see some of these guys getting kudos. Buddy Guy.
Oh yeah.
You know, right now, you know, is living his, you know, dream pretty much. You know, he's getting accolades for, you know, work that he had done. But, you know, he was just a kid on the block when Muddy them and Wolf and them was there. So, you know, he was just a youngster. He was just a kid on the block. So, but he's getting his due. Now, Junior Wells, of course, he's gone on. You know, but he was you know, kind of a leaning post for Buddy for a lot of years. And then, you know, as Buddy went on to do his thing, you know, Clapton and all them pay homage to Buddy.
Absolutely.
So, Buddy's Jimi Hendrix, a big fan, Buddy guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, who was it?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, he was doing things on guitar back in them days that were just amazing, you know.
And then, of course, Muddy Waters invented electricity.
Yeah, for all of us who play guitar.
Well, I mean, you know, in Chicago, you know, the history behind that is in the nightclubs. When he came from Mississippi, he was still carrying an acoustic box. Yeah. So, you know, and he's on the corner, panhandling on the corner, making money. But that's not, you know, he's got to eventually get in the club. And once he got in the club, then it's so loud. To where you got to be heard. So when they had the amplifiers back there, you know, in the days they would experiment, some of the musicians already had them that were out on street corners playing. And he got him an amp and got him his guitar and got out there, and the rest is history. Took it on to the next level.
Yeah, definitely.
And then Little Walter and you know, and all that just started coming to fruition, you know.
Now when
my dad and Little Walter didn't get along. They didn't get along real well. They didn't get along real well.
When Muddy come back to town, Little Walter probably fear his job a little bit. Him and my dad didn't get along too well, so you know, it is what it is. I mean, you know, Little Walter didn't get along with anybody, so I mean, you know, he was just that kind of kindred. That spirit of his was robust, very robust. You know, I mean, he was, you know, because he always felt like he had to stay a step ahead of everybody. And, you know, that was his mentality because he was a young man at that time. And, you know, he was a piece of work. He was a piece of work. A pistol, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. From all stories and recollections, he was nothing to play with. Nothing to play with.
Now, did you meet Bo Diddley? Didn't you meet him? Yeah.
Yes, I met Bo here a couple of times. I got the chance to sit with him for about an hour and a half down here at the Argosy after his show and just kind of picked his head a little bit, you know, and talked to him. That was a lot of fun, you know, sitting there talking to him about certain things and stuff. You know, it was neat. You know, I knew at that time I had known that he had one of his toes amputated, you know, because he had battling with diabetes. And, you know, but he looked okay at that time, you know, when he came here to the Argosy. But a little after that, then he took ill again, and then he just kept going downhill.
Right, yeah.
But that old hand.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, he's an innovator. I mean, he was one of the architects of rock and roll. I mean, that
is.
You know, I mean, that was it. I mean, you know, I mean, people can say, you know, when they did, what was that movie with Beyonce, the one about Chez Records, Cadillac Records.
Oh, yeah, Cadillac.
And there was another movie called Who Do You Love, which never really got put out. They were going to put it out before Cadillac Records, but because of the star power in Cadillac Records, Beyonce and all that, so they decided to go ahead and run that first. But they never mentioned Bo Diddley and Cadillac Records.
Come on, man.
Not one word about Bo Diddley, nothing about, you know, nothing. And it and it kind of messed around a lot of people. I was going to say something else, but it really ticked off a lot of people.
Well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because blues enthusiasts, because they know that, Bo was one of the reasons behind a lot of things. He was A&R man at Chez.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Now, one name you brought up last time you were here, but we didn't really talk any stories about, but Pigpen about fell through the floor when you brought up Sonny Boy Williams.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, he used to go with one of my great aunties.
Yeah.
And down back home, and he Rice Miller was one of a kind. I mean, he was a genius harp player. Needless to say, him and Little Walter didn't get along.
There we go. Little Walter again.
Here we go with Little Walter. Yeah, I mean, Little Walter was the young phenom, and here you have this old man. Here, but he couldn't outplay. I mean, Rice Miller had his own way of playing. Well, I say Rice Miller, but it's Sonny Boy number 2. Because the original Sonny Boy was, out of Chicago. He number 1, and he died. Actually, I think they say he died in Lovejoy or Brooklyn, Illinois.
Oh.
That's from what I understand.
Wow.
But I have to check on that again. But Rice Miller was a he
force
was
to be reckoned
force
with.
to be reckoned with. And he had the big radio broadcast, WDIA, I believe it was, down out of West Memphis, I believe, and that's where they do the King Biscuit, down there, so they're all centered around that,
nice,
down there in that area. So King Biscuit Festival every year. I'm hoping to go to that pretty soon too. So I'm waiting on a phone call.
I'm waiting on a bunch of them.
Waiting on a phone call. But and then of course I think then Junior Wells, of course these are harp players. Junior Wells I met when I was 16 in Chicago. I think I told you guys about that. I was at Teresa's Lounge with my mom, and which is in the basement of the building, and
nice.
He was there. The band had tuned up, and all of a sudden this little guy comes walking in, and he's got on overalls and brogan boots that got mud on him. Look like he's been out on the fishing bank with a straw hat.
Yeah.
And he walks up to the mic. 1, 2, you know what to do. Hey, that's like that. Junior Wells. So I got to meet him and talk to him when I was young. So I think that was one of the things that pushed me over into wanting to play, harmonica.
Yeah.
And
that, and of course, your dad, obviously.
And then that was, because me and Dad really didn't acquaint ourselves until after I was grown and came home from the military.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, he needed a roadie. So,
that I was for 2 years.
And a butler.
Yes, I was the butler, roadie / butler / driver / whatever, the sound, I mean.
But he eventually.
I learned a lot.
He eventually invited you on stage, though, and you got to do what? I'm a man. Yeah. How ironic, right? Dad says, "Come on out and be a man, son."
That's right. And he told me after I got through playing, and and he said, "You did pretty good, but I'm gonna have to blues you up a little bit more."
Yeah.
I said, "Okay, no problem." Because I sang gospel for a long time. So
Well, you were taught right up at St. Peter Paul.
St. Peter Paul. I was there. Then on the Marquette, graduated Lewis and Clark. Then to military. And,
Singing your way through life.
Yeah, well, really, the singing after I got out of the military. That's when I took it more serious. And then
got a little blues in your gospel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Playing a lot more harp. Now, did you play harp that whole time, or?
No, not until after I came home from the military.
I see.
And then I self-taught myself. I listened to the records and started listening, practicing, training.
Right.
And the next thing you know, it was off to the races.
That's for sure, man. Definitely enjoy hearing you blow that harp. Man.
Yeah, baby. A little Jimmy Reed. Now that's what you're going to get down at the 70s party. I might do a little Jimmy Reed. I ain't going to do a lot of it because we got to stick to the 70s, but I might throw one in just for a good, GP, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And Jimmy Reed, there's another friend of the family, right?
Another friend of the family. Every time them cats, when Jimmy came to town, he stayed in my dad's house.
Yeah.
When Muddy came to town, of course, he stayed at my dad's house. Little Walter didn't stay, but my dad stayed. And
Little Walter had to go to a hotel room.
Yeah, he had to stay with the rest of the fellas. But Muddy stayed, and every day he had to have ham and eggs. Ham and eggs. Yeah. Breakfast every day, ham and eggs. So that was his big thing.
I thought he wanted champagne and reefer. I didn't know.
Well, that was after he got older. He had a little champagne and reefer, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to start singing that song.
That's a good one.
I love that song.
That's a beauty right there, man.
But some of those are some of my guys that I looked up to over the years.
Yeah.
But for this upcoming show, for the 70s show, that 70s party as we got it labeled. But for this show, we're gonna kind of stick more to the up-tempo songs, dance tunes. So get people up in a festive mood and have them, get up and have a good time, where they can dance, fast and slow dance.
Right.
Like we were talking about this the other day. Another ex-club owner, I said, man, the kids don't even have an idea, these youngsters, of what it is to party, what it is to have a good time.
It is different.
I mean, they don't. They don't even slow dance anymore. And then, I go to a gig, I see these kids, man, and they jumping up and down. The music, they got all these bass levels. They're astronomically high. I can't even understand the words to the song that they're even trying to rap. I don't even know what you're saying. And I'm like, well, man, do you guys ever dance or slow dance? Oh no, OG. I'm called OG. Yeah. Because I'm old man now. Yeah. And they call OG. No, OG. We don't do that. We do our own thing. So I said, man, well, whatever y'all doing, man. I just don't. Maybe it, just the time difference or whatever. But back in the day, we were taught, how when we went out, we dressed.
Yeah.
To the nines. We were. Stacey Adams, Bannisters, you know what I'm saying? I got on my Levine hat, from over in St. Louis, my suit, Stacey Adams or whatever, tailor-made, I'm coming out smelling good, dressed nice, you know what I'm saying? And ladies out there, you have a good time, But slow dancing, I sat there for 4 hours, man, and they never had one song to even slow dance. When they did slow dance, everybody just went to their own corners. And
they don't slow dance, they grind.
No, well,
they grind.
I don't even call that even. That's it is grinding. You can sex 101. Semen, natty, man.
Yeah.
Woo. Yeah, it's amazing to me.
So what's a good?
I see less provocative dances on the east side.
Yeah, right, exactly.
What's a good NGK upbeat dance number we might be familiar with?
Oh, we've got a few. There's a few. There's Turning Point.
I feel good.
I feel good.
That's I do.
Well, that's one of our avid fans, so he knows.
Yeah.
I feel good. Turn Back the Hands of Time.
Yeah. There you go.
God. Huh?
Little
George Benson, I'm doing on Broadway now and doing little Lou Rawls I've been kind of messing with, so I got a few surprises for some fun. Otis Redding. I've been doing Wilson Pickett when I had to do some things for Soulard Band. I've been doing little Wilson Pickett, Land of 1,000 Dances, of course, Midnight Hour, them are the standards,
right.
Mustang, them all the standards.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to start shaking my booty over here just hearing the name of the song.
They're going to be listening to these songs 50 years from now.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are talking about these young the young people like that 5 years from now, nobody's going to be listening to that.
Nah, I always say the best songs, like a really good song can be done in any genre, and it's still a good song. But the greatest songs are timeless, because 100 years from now, people are still going to listen to them and go, you know what? I do feel good. He's right. I feel good.
Yeah, right. And there's so many songs. Then of course, if you've been to the show, Jim knows I'll do a little Springsteen. I might do some Redbone. I might do a little this or that. So that's one of our good dance tunes. It's real popular with the audience. Come and get your love and by Redbone. Yeah, and Springsteen, Hungry Heart, that's an oldie but goodie. So, and it kind of throws people off because they see me singing it at first, and they hear the music, and then especially at Stagger Inn when we first started doing it, and audience be like kind of.
Is that Springsteen?
Looking, that's Springsteen. And then, when I hit it, got a wife and kid and more Jack. And they be like, hey, he's doing that, And
Big George doing the boss.
Doing the boss, man. So, hey. You might get me to do a few more. So, you never know with me. So,
It's that 70s party.
It's that 70s party,
Bee Gees
man.
or something. Nah.
Well.
Broadway.
We're not going to go that far.
Right. I might do something. I don't know. And then I've been dipping out, like I said, with Soulard Band. I was doing some Stevie Wonder stuff, Superstition and stuff. So of course, that's all falls into
Higher Ground.
Yeah, but that's a good one.
Oh, man, I love that one.
Yeah, that's...
That might be my favorite Stevie song. I just love that. Every time it comes on, I smile like this big. I love this song.
There's some beautiful songs, man, that came out of that era, man. I mean, across the board, and there's so many songs. Even with Number 4 Combo and the NGK band, we will never even be able to touch half of all of that music that came, out of that era.
Right.
It's like you going from soft rock, blues, R&B to pop, mainline pop, and then disco.
Right.
So that was there. So you have to include it because it was a part of that genre.
I was thinking about that generation as you was talking about some of the kids today, and it started hitting me. Not only did folks dance a lot more, but they had folks dancing on television. There were shows designed specifically to allow people to come to live music and dance on TV, like Soul Train and American Bandstand.
American Bandstand, Dance Fever.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say Hee Haw.
Well, Hee Haw, you dance with that too.
Hey, you could. You could. Yeah, because they had some great entertainers, man. Roy Clark, Charlie Pride,
Johnny Cash.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Waylon Jennings.
Wait, that's what I was going to say.
Waylon Jennings. I remember all that when I was a kid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Grew up on that stuff.
Yeah. So,
all right. Well, we appreciate you guys coming in, and that show's coming up June 1st at the Bluff City Grill. And
upstairs.
The proceeds go to BackStoppers, right?
Yes.
Right. Now imagine there's a cover to get in, right?
$15 at the door. It's $12 if you buy tickets in advance, and the event site on Facebook is That 70s Party.
That 70s Party. Just type that in your Facebook search. It's easy to remember.
Easy.
So.
And the ticket site's right there.
And that money's going to go to the BackStoppers. So that's a good cause. You got a good venue, a good cause, fairly nice promoter. I'm going to say. You got a good promoter.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
You got Don Lanier running sound, and now you've got the Number 4 Combo and Big George and the NGK. Man, that's a knock it out of the park event right there.
Yes, sir. We're looking forward to it, and can't wait.
You can get a little preview of the NGK band this Friday night up there at Stagger Inn.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna stagger in again.
And if you don't remember where to find the link to this party, June 1st, we got it right on the website, cottonmouth.org, where we did the list of gigs earlier. And since I bring that up, let's go ahead and get back to Sunday real quick. And a lot of this stuff.
We we forget? Oh,
We never got to Sunday quite.
Do it.
And speaking of Stagger In, they do open mic on Sunday, every Sunday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. at Stagger In. So, if you're looking for a gig, there's how you get in there. You just go up and do the open mic.
All right.
You got the Grand Band, 2 p.m. at the Pump House in Wood River.
Love those guys. Love them boys.
They, we're not thinking the Hog Pit's going to be open.
No.
But, yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, I wrote it down twice.
Oh, I was like, I see Graham coming up again here.
Well, one's a link to the Pump House and one's a link to his website. So you got both of them there.
There you go.
And then you got Dan Grover, 2 to 6 at Aries Resort in Grafton. 3 Pedros, 2 to 6 at the Grafton Winery. We'll skip the loading dock. That's probably not happening. They've got Jonathan Baker listed at the Oyster Bar from 1 to 4. The Kitchens, 2 to 6 at Wild Pickens up there in Chesterfield, Illinois. Beautiful place.
Here we go. Here's a heavy one.
There you go. You got it.
Oh, I thought I was just saying it was heavy.
Oh, you were excited, so.
DiBiase, Brother Lee and the Jackals at the Hurricane Bar in Collinsville. Never heard of the Hurricane Bar, but they're bringing some heavy music. I know that DiBiase. Look out for that bass player, Dave Winkler.
Yeah.
He's creepy. He's creepy. Winkler.
Right, yeah. Anyways, the One Hitters at Third Shoot Bar and Grill in Grafton.
All right, I like that name.
Yeah, I knew you would.
That's a good
They're opening up the Collinsville Aquatic Park on Sunday with a celebration from 4 to 9. Lady Luck playing that.
And the Glendale Riders.
Yeah, Liz Bentley and the Glendale Riders. So, yeah.
Wow.
Double whammy right there at the water park. And then Pat Liston doing the Boathouse, St. Charles. The Skylark Brothers doing the Vintage Wine Bar in Waterloo. And I wanted to mention the 27th. A lot of things canceled for that, too, up there in Grafton. But Deutz Village Inn helped out Jay Christopher, who had his gig set for the Hog Pit. They're going to have him down there at Deutz Village Inn.
Good for him.
From 2 to 6. So that's pretty cool they did that.
World's most dangerous one-man band.
Yeah, the world's most dangerous one-man band. J. Chris Vaught.
That's right.
Hey, I'll give you a shout-out to Mondin Band. My boys, I love them.
You sit in with them every once in a while.
Oh, yeah, every once in a while.
They don't do the Wednesday night thing anymore, I don't think. But
I think it's Sundays now.
Yeah. You used to go down there on Wednesday.
Used to go on Wednesday. Yeah. Had a lot of fun on Wednesday night. Oh, yeah.
Those boys always do it right, so.
Or Thursday morning, however you want to look at it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Right.
Pretty much, yeah. I didn't have to go to work, so.
Don't matter to me.
It didn't matter to me.
Hey, thanks for coming down, Big George. Thanks for doing this great show coming up, man.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. We thank you for having us, and we're looking forward to it. Like I said, it's tell a friend to tell a friend.
To tell a friend to tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
Thanks, Jim, for coming down and being on the show with us. Very nice to meet you, sir.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, you're doing a great thing there. I wish you the best of luck with it. So
it's going to be a fun time.
Yes, and for my co-host Dennis.
Yeah, I want to know who we have on next week, Mr. Pigpen.
We got Spilly Nelson coming in, and Miss Sarah McGibney's going to be sitting in with us.
Not Sarah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we got Sarah's going to be talking about the night market lineup, and then Spilly Nelson's going to be talking about their upcoming headlining of the Touch of Grace, Godfrey's first ever block party. So
sweet.
There you go.
Jumpin' Johnny throwing a block party.
Jumpin' Johnny, I'll be there all day.
Yeah, another guy who likes to see people dance.
He does. Right. He absolutely does. So, good job, Jumpin' Johnny.
Yeah.
So, and for everybody, get out there and support local music and art.
Yeah. We'll talk to you next week right here on the Big Z.